Then things were really we were just being blessed all together, family-wise and everything else. Then we had a grandson, Jonathan, and Jonathan passed at the age of 5. And during the time that we worked with our daughter, with Jonathan, and going back and forth to Duke, and Jonathan was just in and out of the hospital, and Dorothy was working and trying to help Janae out too with Jonathan, along with my mother, and things just began to move in a different direction. And he passed in 92. Yeah, because I retired in 93. Mm-hmm. And after Jonathan passed, it gave me a different perspective on life. And I began to look at things a little bit different. And I told Dorothy one day, I said, I'm going into Raleigh, and checked on my time of retirement, my career, see how long I had worked. And sure enough, the day after the funeral, I went to Raleigh, and I checked with my time that I had in the school system, and also with some of the other work that I had done. And I found out that I could retire, and I could make more money in retirement than I was bringing home working. And I started thinking about it, and I started praying. And Micah, from Raleigh to Roxborough, I tell you, if anybody else tried to get into the Lord, they couldn't, because I kept the line busy. Because I had somewhat made up my mind that I was going to retire. And I came home, and I talked to Dorothy about it, talked to the children, and they said, Daddy, well, what you going to do if you retire? I said, right now, I really don't know. I said, but I can retire, and with the financial situation we're in and what we have done, I said, the way we've been blessed, I said, I don't feel like I need to keep on working. And sure enough, that night, I told Dorothy what I was going to do. And she said, well, then just like the children said, what are you going to do? I said, I don't know. But I went down in the basement and typed my letter of resignation. The next day, I went over to the superintendent's office, and I gave him my letter of resignation. And he asked me, he said, well, Mr. Lunsford, why are you retiring? Your students are doing well, your test scores are up and everything. And I said, Mr. Buckner, I know that. I said, and this is the time to get out of it. I said, need to get out of it while I'm at the top. So I went ahead that year, 1993, and retired. And I kept it away from my faculty and everybody that I could, as long as I could. And then when they found out about it, and my church family found out about it, they got together with the faculty over at Southern and decided they wanted to give me a retirement bash. That's what I called it, because it was just outstanding. One of the best things that have ever happened to me in my life. But it was still, the Lord was still working with me and moving me on to something else. There was something that just kept bothered me. Didn't know what it was. And I kept, I had worked closely with my church family too. Now, a lot of this, Michael, I tell you, I can sit there and tell you for hours. I was very close in my church family and working in my church. And also in the community, I belonged to so many, everywhere I could work in an organization to help somebody, that's what I did. And I just felt like that was my next mission, was to do something else to help somebody. And I working in the church along with the pastor. And at that particular time, I was a deacon, I was a Sunday school teacher, and served on many of the committees in the church. I had the feeling that it was just something else that I had to do. And I thought I was being called into the ministry. And I got an appointment with my pastor and talked to him about it and told him my feeling, my desire, what I was feeling. And I said, the Lord is speaking to me to do something else with my life to help somebody else or to help people. I can't just go home and sit down and do nothing. So during the course of that year, I was just tormented about doing something. So pastor gave me some scripture to read. We prayed. We had prayer together. And I constantly met with him, and we read scripture and prayed, and he helped to give me as much guidance as he could. That was Reverend Faust at that particular time. But I had also worked with all the other pastors prior to that, and served in the church, Vacation Bible School, trustee board, Sunday school, and anything else around there they wanted me to do. I was kind of like a gopher, but I enjoyed it. I said, I think I could, from teaching Sunday school and being a deacon, I could be a preacher. But that wasn't what the Lord wanted me to do. That wasn't the next step he wanted in my life. So Pastor Faust told me, he said, Deacon Lunsford, he said, just keep praying, and whatever it is that the Lord wants you to do, he will reveal it to you. And Michael, one morning, I woke up early one morning, about 5 o'clock, might have been before 5. And I had this vision came to me. And I knew it had to be a vision from the Lord, because that was something I didn't want to do. At that particular time, I was getting ready to have an election for the Board of County Commissioner. I had never been to a county commissioner meeting. I had said that I would never get involved with politics because politicians were a bunch of crooks and liars. That was my belief. So I came back and I talked to, that morning I talked to Dorothy about it after I had this vision. And she said, sure enough? I said, yeah. She said, well, and knowing her, and she told me, she said, well, if you want to and you feel like that's what you need to do, she said, I'll support you. She said, as a matter of fact, said, I'll pay your filing fee.
I thought he would joke.
I said, you'll do what? So I'll pay your filing fee. I said, how tight is this woman is? She going to pay somebody kind of filing fee, and I don't know whether I'm going to get elected. I don't know what I'm getting into, and I don't know anything about this. And I said, Lord, this is a real step into deep waters.